I'm Otto Banks, and I'll be running for mayor of the city of Harrisburg in 2021. I met John Trey Williams back in 2003.
I just got my theater degree from University of the Arts in Philadelphia, and just moved back to Harrisburg.
It was after this play he was in called The Old Settler.
I was doing a show called Old Settler at Open Stage in Harrisburg.
John Trey played the role of a character that had to be like in his 50s.
Playing a character who appeared to be old. He was in his 20s.
And John at the time couldn't have been more than, what, 20 years old, 21, if that.
Must have been about 23. And I remember actually having to kiss a woman that was the same age as my mom. I guess I was pretty convincing to Otto. He came up to me after the show.
I had to meet this young man, so I stayed, of course, after the play was finished, and I went up to him, I introduced myself. I said, "Man, you are phenomenal. What's your name?"
He said, "Hey, I really like what you did. What's your name?" I told him my name.
He said, "My name is John Trey Williams."
And he told me that he really believed in me.
I said, "Well, brother, let me tell you something. I'm your biggest fan."
I didn't really know how much he did believe in me until he followed up with that.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, I'm your biggest fan. I think the role that you played was incredible, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far your career goes. I believe that you're gonna set the world on fire one day.
Shortly after, he made an introduction to Michael K. Williams, who at that time I hadn't even heard of. He was playing on a show called The Wire at that time. Right away, the relationship with Michael K. Williams, it grew to the point where my first film that I shot is a movie called Guile, shot right here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We actually shot it on Market Street. And I remember talking to Mike in the midst of filming it, and he asked me, he was like, "Why didn't you invite me to be a part of this project?" And I'm like, I'm like embarrassed, because it's me and the camera, and I didn't feel like it was worthy of somebody like him being involved in it. And he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be involved."
Hey.
Oh, are you visiting or something?
Yes, I'm visiting a friend of mine. Is that okay?
Look, I just want to make sure everything was okay.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I mean, do you want me to go get coats?
No, that'll be fine.
You sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
As soon as the film was made and packaged, Mike said, "Man, this is a really good, solid movie. You should take this to Los Angeles."
I remember John was in California, and he was part of this team that was coaching Will Smith's son on acting.
I'm seeing the industry firsthand. I'm experiencing this, and
I gave him a call and said, I'll be out in California on business. Let's get together. So John and I got together again at the California Pizza Kitchen and sat down and talked about Harrisburg and what one day in terms of how I'd like to see Harrisburg.
Everyone has this idea that you can be from Harrisburg and take what you got and take it somewhere else. But here was this idea where it was like, what if we could bring the industry right here to the city of Harrisburg? I start to get this heart and a question that lingers in my mind. Why can't we do this in Harrisburg?
Best and brightest talent always leaves Harrisburg because they feel as though that they're being suffocated and not supported. We're not giving our young people the opportunities that they need to be great.
I wanted to do a project here that would replicate how the industry worked. And we put a team together and came up with a project called The Patient. And I love that project because it had over 120 people involved.
Utilizing our local talent and promoting that local talent. And he had this similar vision.
And when you have a vision like that, you gotta find the other player that know what they're doing. But you know, people like Kelly Summerford and people like Linwood Sloan, who are already on this path, they were already working in this area. The objective was to incorporate the entire industry.
Here in the city of Harrisburg, we have singers, we have dancers, we have people that have the ability to construct sets.
Craft services to your lighting department, set designers, finding locations. We want to make sure we filmed as many places as we could around the city of Harrisburg that were recognizable.
We have a tremendous infrastructure in terms of old buildings, new buildings.
Hair and makeup crew, wardrobe, trick photography, all these things that we came together and we achieved. Our city came together at all levels. Our city came together and we did this thing. The objective was to set the tone for what it looked like to make film here in Harrisburg.
Oftentimes when people hear the term, you know, a film commission, or they hear Department of Tourism and Arts, they may say to themselves, well, how does that impact me? Of course, it's going to provide more venues for entertainment, but how does that impact me?
And what people don't realize is the amount of jobs that it takes in.
It creates jobs. It creates opportunity.
Not just for people in front of the camera, not just for the actors, not just for the directors and the cinematographers, but, you know, things that people don't even think of.
If you're a contractor, sets need to be built.
You do need set designers, you need carpenters, plumbers, you need electricians. All these things are important. Trade is important.
If you're a food vendor, or you have a restaurant or takeout service, that means those film crews, those actors, they need to eat.
When movies come to town, you need dog walkers, you need attorneys, you need medics.
Give our community the opportunity to be seen, not only on a statewide, but a national and possibly international level.
When these things come, they not only bring jobs, they bring money.
It also means that it creates opportunities in the nightlife. If you're a nightclub owner, that means there needs to be places for those people to go.
When that money comes, it creates tourism, it creates hope.
There's so many opportunities that are going to come from the creation of this commission on film, arts, and tourism.
Talking about things like this, you're talking about a person who invests in people.
It was just incredible to have that meeting of the minds and the opportunity to again reconnect with someone not only from the city of Harrisburg, but someone that is really doing things on a national level and really following his dreams and crystallizing them and making them a reality.
I can literally say that Otto's investment in me changed the trajectory of my life.